Cheat the line of scrimmage in NFL Blitz 2003. Take it right to the danger zone in Top Gun. And live amongst forest creatures in Animal Crossing. Only on this edition of Cheat. I'm Corey Rouse, and you're watching Cheat, Pringles Gamer's Guide, the show that gives you strategy, secrets, and cheats for your favorite video games. We're here at Dave & Buster's in San Diego, California. And first up, we're going to visit that small town that you'll call home in the game Animal Crossing for the GameCube. Now, much like The Sims, you're going to take on the life of a virtual person. Now, this is unlike any game you have ever played before, and it can take months to master, unless you've got our Cheat Homeowner's Guide to Living with Talking Animals. When you first look at Animal Crossing, you might be tempted to think this is just a kid's game. With its immersive and unique gameplay system, this could become one of the most addicting, fun-to-play games for the Nintendo GameCube. Animal Crossing basically plays like a sim with very little stress. If you've ever created a virtual household in any of the Sims games, you know how distressing it can be when your PC people mess something up. There aren't those kind of stresses in Animal Crossing, although there are plenty of challenging elements to it. The best way to describe Animal Crossing is virtual pets, taken to an interactive extreme. In the game, you begin a new life amongst a town full of anthropomorphic animals. They can be friendly or downright nasty. The game plays in real time and is tied directly to the GameCube's onboard clock. The object, if you can call it that, is to lead a virtual life in the town you create. You buy a house, decorate it, make friends, explore, even design your own fashions. We created this stylin' set of streetwear for our character, Cheater. Now, some people may not think that the joys of paying off a mortgage would make for a good game. The challenge here is to raise money to pay things off while decorating your home with cool themed furnishings. When you begin the game, you pay off part of your house by working for the raccoon who built it. Did I really just say that? Tom Nook runs the local general store where you can buy things to decorate your new house. You'll do various things for him to earn off part of what you owe him. After you finish his tasks, you're encouraged to find ways to earn more money to pay off your house. There is a point to this. Trust us. After you are done with Tom, buy a shovel and a fishing rod from him. Try your hand at casting in the water and reeling in a big one. Fish can be sold to Tom for the local currency, known as bells. Some fish fetch higher prices. The barbed knife jaw nets you 5,000 bells for each fish you bring in. The trick to fishing is waiting for the bobber to splash beneath the water. The force feedback in your joypad will make you want to hit the A button sooner, but wait for the splash. There are other quick ways of finding money. Didn't your mother ever tell you money doesn't grow on trees? Well, in Animal Crossing, it does. There are two ways to find money in the branches. You can actually go around shaking trees at random. Sometimes bags of bells will fall out of them. Be careful not to disturb a beehive, though. The second method is to find a glowing spot on the ground, like this one. Dig up the spot with your shovel, and you will find a bag of 1,000 bells. Don't keep them. Rebury them in the glowing hole, and a tree will sprout. A few days later, a money tree will bloom. Money can also be found underneath rocks. Every day in the game, there is a random rock that hides bags of bells. As you're walking around town, smack the rocks as you pass by. If one turns red, hit it again and again. Keep hitting it until it stops glowing. Bags of bells will pop out each time you hit it. For even more fun with the glowing holes in the ground, try burying a shovel in one. You'll have to have 2 shovels with you to do this trick. Plant one of the shovels in the glowing hole. A golden tree will sprout. A couple of days later, go back to the fully grown tree and shake it. A golden shovel will fall out of it. This new shovel will randomly dig up bags of bells wherever you dig. These are just some basic strategies for this open-ended game. There is no right or wrong or easy way to play. We have some interesting ways to exploit the game, including a time travel tutorial and some hidden secrets for Animal Crossing coming up later in the show. While animals are your friends in Animal Crossing, you won't find them quite so nice when chimpanzees rush you at the line of scrimmage. In NFL Blitz 2003, this can happen when you cheat. This over-the-top take of gridiron gladiators was spawned in arcades just like this one. When it was drafted to the console leagues, it opened up the playing field to include not only hard-hitting gameplay, but crazy cheat codes as well. Here, take a look. Bloodthirsty gridiron maniacs get ready to feast on the competition in NFL Blitz 2003. Launch blistering passes, unleash bone-crushing hits, and throw in a power bomb just for good measure. There's no late hits, no penalties, and basically one rule. Just win, baby. Toss in some of these cross-platform cheat codes for the Nintendo GameCube, Xbox, and PlayStation 2, and you'll go undefeated. Codes are entered at the today's matchup screen. On the Nintendo GameCube, use left trigger, right trigger, A, D-pad to enter a code sequence. For the Xbox, use left trigger, right trigger, A, D-pad. And PlayStation 2 gamers, use L2, R2, X, D-pad to enter the codes. You have limited time to enter a code, so press the left trigger twice, right trigger once, the A button twice, the D-pad right to give yourself extra time in the cheat code screen. Retire that old pigskin for a newfangled chrome ball by entering 030 down. Put the feet in defeat by entering 025 left. Bulk up instead with 025 right in power loader mode. I thought that puffy shoulders look went out in the 80s. Get primate on them with 025 up for chimp mode. The QB drops back, dragging his knuckles, throws deep, and broken up. Need a change of scenery? Enter 035 up and play on the training grounds in Anaheim, California. What are the Rams doing back here? I thought they snuck away in the middle of the night. If you're a Frozen football fan, enter 034 down and play in the Arctic Station. Take a stroll through the park instead with 033 right and play in Central Park. Just bring a football team with you so you don't get mugged. Maybe pea soup is more your flavor, so enter 232 down and roll in the ground fog. Tired of those same old uniforms? Enter 344 down and join the Neo Tokyo team. Or try 543 right for the Armageddon team of monster-sized robots. Ever kick a 117-yard field goal? Enter 123 left for super field goal mode, and your kicks will never sail wide right. Win the turnover battle by entering 345 up for Butterfingers mode. I got it! Oops! No, I got it! Get him! Get it! Get it! Ha! I got it! Go, 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 go! Pour some glue on their hands with 523 down and no random fumbles mode. Challenge your defense with 355 up for no interceptions mode. Give that anemic offense a booster shot with 412 up in power up offense mode. Fill in those holes in that Swiss cheese defense with 421 up in power up defense mode. Want to sack the quarterback and go after his family too? Try 054 up for super blitzing mode. Finally, whether you're an offense or defense, enter 415 up for unlimited turbo to burn those defenders and bury that quarterback. If you missed those codes, huddle up with them again at g4tv.com/cheat to score with them again. Now, after the break, we're going to take to the skies for some Top Gun action, and even higher into outer space to teach you to fly like a Jedi. That's all coming up only on Cheat.
Dark things are now moving in the land of Middle-earth. And the great quest of the ring is yours to take up from the beginning. Introducing the official games based on the literary works of J.R.R. Tolkien. Beware, your journey shall be a flight from danger to danger. The Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring, rated T for teen.
It's the best in the West. Yodelay-ay-dee-doo. If you love barbecue, try our sweet Mesquite. It's a Western treat. And we're smoking. Well, it is barbecue.
Return once more to the dark arenas. And welcome back a legend. Get reacquainted with familiar foes. Introduce yourself to brand new teammates and opponents. Take up arms in new arenas and new worlds. Unreal Tournament 2003, The Legend returns, reloaded.
Join us every night when the clock strikes 12 as G4 presents Games of Fright. and things that go bump in the night. Midnight Mayhem continues next.
The right fielder to third base. Batting seventh, Nick Johnson. 2 outs and a runner on second.
60, Nick Johnson.
The right fielder throwing home. Yankees add another run.
Welcome back to Cheat, Pringles Gamer's Guide. I'm Corey Rouse. We're coming to you from Dave & Buster's in San Diego, California. Now, there are a million and one ways to save the universe in the world of video games, but you can't go wrong with a classic, Star Wars. Especially if it's the space combat game, Star Wars Jedi Starfighter. Now, you thought you taught the evil Trade Federation a lesson whenever you played the game? Well, try wielding the power of Cheat to help restore peace to the galaxy. Return to a galaxy far, far away in Star Wars Jedi Starfighter. Force-powered pilots on both the PlayStation 2 and Xbox can now wield cheat codes in their battle against the Trade Federation. From the main menu, go to the options and select Code. Enter a password in the code menu, and a message will confirm activation of the cheat code. Jedi Starfighter has many spaceships in its hangar, but you can add another classic ship to the fleet by entering Headhunt on the PlayStation 2 or Hunter on the Xbox. You'll hear the confirmation sound and see a mysterious message. But now when you begin a mission, you'll be flying the classic Z-95 Headhunter from the Episode 4 era. This formidable craft equipped with twin blasters and concussion missiles was a precursor to the X-Wing fighter. I hope calling a ship from the future a classic won't cause a paradox in the Force.
More fighters!
If customizing your flight display is more your speed, enter No HUD on the PS2 or Con Vista on the Xbox and turn off the heads-up display. Now you can enjoy the feeling of being strapped to the hood of your Jedi Starfighter or flying in the third-person view without the HUD. Jump back in the game with all the action you can handle with the Invincibility code. Enter Quentin on the PS2 or R2 on the Xbox and pilot your ship in God mode. Laser blasts bounce right off you. Concussion missiles and proton torpedoes don't leave a scratch. And crashing into other ships won't even make a dent. Finally, what any Jedi can't live without, the Master Code. On the PS2, enter P&Y Arcade. And on the Xbox, enter Longo to unlock everything in the game. Now you can jump to any one of the 21 story missions, or explore the massive bonus feature menu. Fly a mission as the ruthless bounty hunter Jango Fett in his infamous Slave 1. Face off in a 2-player showdown as Jango Fett and Obi-Wan Kenobi dogfight in the stars over Geonosis. Pilot a fleet of bonus starfighters like the X-Wing, the TIE Fighter, and the Republic gunship. Check out stunning concept art, a cartoon of a day in the life at LucasArts, and laugh at the outtakes from the Jedi Starfighter cinematics. This sorry battle droid gets his 15 minutes after an incident in the hangar. Talk Jedi fashion with Mace Windu.
Just tell me the truth, okay? Does this robe make me look fat?
This bad Jedi Master is slick enough to sell ice water to a battle droid.
Okay, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. No money down, cash back, and I'll throw in a toaster.
From futuristic dogfighting to classic dogfighting in Top Gun combat zones. If you're having a hard time staying airborne, don't worry. We've got flight training and a cheat to keep you and your goose from getting cooked. If you're an unpredictable wild card flying by the seat of your pants, get ready to write another check your body can't cash with Top Gun combat zones. Take it right to the danger zone over the skies of Southeast Asia, the Gulf States, and the dreaded Arctic Circle. Fly faster than you've ever flown before, right to the edge of the envelope in the world's most deadly fighters, like the Tomcat, the Hornet, the Raptor, and even some experimental aircraft. Aviators training at the Naval Fighter Weapons School on both the PlayStation 2 and the Nintendo GameCube need not worry about losing that love and feeling if they have the Master Cheat Code. Begin a new game and at the Enter call sign screen, enter your name as Shapongle. This code will unlock every level and aircraft available in the game.
Ghost Rider, this is Mustang. We've got a negative radar confirmation on that last cheat code. Intercept and identify that boat.
Roger, Mustang. I've got positive radar contact on that bandit. This cheat code appears on the internet as a PS2 and GameCube code, but that is false. Shapongle only works on the PlayStation 2, not the Nintendo GameCube. Repeat, only PS2, not the GameCube.
Copy that, Ghost Rider. Return to carrier.
Roger that, Mustang. Any of you boys seen an aircraft carrier around here?
Hey, I'm checking out Terrorburst from Konami. Now, if you want to check out some classic Konami games with a classic Konami cheat code, all you need is a Game Boy Advance.
G takes a flashback to the 80s and the games of the arcade with the help of Konami Collector Series, Arcade Advanced of the Game Boy Advance. You can play Frogger, Scramble, Time Pilot, Gyrus, Ye Are Kung Fu, and Russian Attack in the palm of your hand. 6 games in one handy cartridge. You will surely wear down a few batteries while you play. Konami went all out with these games. Each is almost the exact replica of their arcade version. You can even use the Konami code that all cheaters know by heart to unlock some gaming goodies. This code, first used on Contra back in the 80s, still lives today. It's a great cheater chant. Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA start. You enter this code for every game at the games menu. When you enter up, up, down, down, left, right, BA start. For Frogger, you'll get enhanced or advanced graphics. The Game Boy Advance struts its stuff. What a difference a makeover makes. There's also advanced graphics for Gyrus. Go space age and style as you fly your spaceship. And in Scramble, how far can you invade our Scramble system? This was Konami's first horizontal shooter. You'll enjoy its new look. Now the other 3 games, Ye Are Kung Fu, Russian Attack, and Time Pilot have some extras too. Just use the cheater chant once again. Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA start. We'll let you figure out what the extras are. Or you can log on to g4tv.com/cheat and find out what can be unlocked. Chant on, cheaters.
After the break, we'll teach you to fight like a man, and a woman, and a guy with a kitty head in Tekken 4. And speaking of kitties, we'll go back to Animal Crossing for a little homemade time travel. But first, it's time for the Pringles popularity poll.
We're grabbing our polyhedral dice for this edition of the Pringles popularity poll. Neverwinter Nights gamers have stopped slaying digital dungeon denizens long enough to journey to g4tv.com/cheat to raise their swords for their favorite cheat codes. This dragon's horde of codes includes setting character attribute levels, the level up code, unleashing the cows from hell, the My Little Pony code, the healing cheat, and throwing it into God mode. The codes that don't pop with gamers don't lose any hit points, but this week's Dungeon Master of Popularity is the Cows from Hell. These horrifying Holsteins can be conjured up by hitting the tilde key and typing debug mode 1 to enable cheat mode. Next, enter DM Cows from Hell to call forth the beastly bovines when you're outnumbered during battle. Don't let marauding orcs keep you from logging on to g4tv.com/cheat to cast your vote in the next Pringles popularity poll.
This is G4, and I'm game,
G4 is brought to you by Xbox. Visit xbox.com. The future of video games has arrived.
What's up, player?
Just chilling.
I hear that.
What?
Huh? What?
You can't fight time, but Blinx can. Meet Blinx, an unlikely hero who controls time, using powers like rewind, pause, even record. Because if he doesn't, time itself will stop.
Bang.
No Blinx.
Blinx, rated E for everyone.
For time control, there's no power greater than X.
You better watch, you gonna run into me.
Join us every night when the clock strikes 12 as G4 presents games of fright and things that go bump in the night. Midnight Mayhem continues next.
EA Sports presents the National Madden Challenge, only on G4. A no-holds-barred, mano-a-mano, hard-hitting, tooth-spitting, bone-jarring war in the trenches. So whether you come with the skins or the fins, you better bring your A-game, because regional winners get a trip to Jamaica, and losers get a long off-season to think about it. Accommodations by Beaches Boscobel Resort and Golf Club. Go to MaddenChallenge.com to enter.
And I'm 10 times faster than the speed of light, thanks to cheating. Welcome back to Cheap Pringles Gamer's Guide, here at Dave & Buster's in San Diego, California. Well, Tekken 4 is not only in the arcades, it's also in your own home. And there's nothing more embarrassing than getting beat in your own home. Well, that's why we put together these strategies to help keep you the head of the household.
Tekken 4 marks the return of the King of Iron Fist tournament, hosted by Heihachi Mishima. If you claim the championship from Heihachi, you'll be rewarded with a massive Mishima financial empire. Fail, and your family will bear the shame of your defeat for generations. Fortunately, your cheat masters have the strategy to help you save your family's honor and maybe your life. Tekken 4 has some pivotal new features and 3 new fighters. Boxer Steve Fox, Capoeira fighter Christy Montero, and grappler Craig Marta. Every Tekken player has a favorite fighter, new or old, but these new features affect everyone's strategy. Instead of infinite space, Tekken arenas now have walls and inflict wall damage if you're beat back against it. Escape being pounded by relentless combos with a position change and turn the tables on your opponent. Keep from being backed against a wall with the enhanced sidestep. Fighters now face off in full circle motion, creating a more realistic fight. Sidestep and evade your opponent's attack, and then counterattack them on their dead angle, which is usually unblockable. Whether you favor Kazuya Mishima or another fighter, Tekken has some universal strategies essential for anyone to become a Tekken master. Even the best fighters block. Granted, you won't KO anyone with a block, but if you don't defend yourself, you'll never be able to counterattack. Save 10-hit combos to stomp and embarrass lesser skilled players. Any savvy Tekken player will always block, or worse, counter 10-hit combos. Low attacks are key. They are harder to block and can quickly knock an opponent off their feet. Always hit them when they're down. Taking advantage of an opponent on the ground can cause a lot of damage and lead to quick KOs. Do not get backed against a wall, leaving yourself open to combos. Sidestep your opponent or use the position change to escape and back them up instead. Be mindful of obstacles in the arena or grade changes. Fighting on an incline or decline can affect whether your attacks connect or miss. Juggle attacks are the quickest way to devastate an opponent. They throw opponents helplessly into the air, so attack them while they're defenseless. Remember, the path to victory is unpredictability. Your opponent cannot defend what they cannot anticipate, so mix up your attacks and let your style be formless. Study your opponent and predict their fighting style. Any fighter develops a pattern of attack which you can easily counter once you learn their style. Challenge new and better Tekken players as much as possible. Just like water in a puddle, your skills will remain still and become muddy. Water must flow like the river, as do your skills, so you will stay fresh and develop into a Tekken master. Finally, Cheat answers a viewer question from Vegeta. The first time you beat story mode with Kazuya, you will unlock Jin as a playable fighter. Vegeta asks, how do you select between a fighter's different outfits? Jin looks good in his flame jacket, but also has looks that kill in his shirtless gi. Well, every fighter has 2 outfits. At the character select screen, highlight your fighter and press X or circle for outfit 1. Press square or triangle for outfit 2. If you're having trouble perfecting your dragon uppercut combo or have a question about another game, send us an email to cheat@g4tv.com and we'll try to answer it on a future episode of the show.
You're probably still feeling the heat from all that competition. Well, there's no better way to take out your aggression than to redecorate your house. The priorities in Animal Crossing may not be what you're used to compared to other video games. But the fact remains, it's a game. And since it's a game, we've got a way to cheat the system. So check out these sneaky ways to trick your GameCube.
As with most games created by Nintendo, Animal Crossing doesn't have any cheat codes to make the game easier. There are some interesting in-game exploits which you could do to cheat the system a little bit. The biggest one is time travel. Animal Crossing is truly a real-time game. The in-game clock is synchronized to the GameCube's internal clock. As you play the game, time in the virtual world passes at the same rate as in the real world. You don't have to be H.G. Wells or the Terminator to mess with the laws of time and space. Since the game's developers give you the option of changing both the clock and the date in the game, you can literally move back and forth through time in Animal Crossing. Now, setting the clock in the game is a very basic function. Knowing what date to set your time machine for, that's the tricky part. There are several ways to use this exploit to your animal advantage. There are holiday-themed events which are pretty easy to find. When you're playing the game and it happens to be a rainy day, save your game, restart, and change the date to the next day. The day after the rainstorm is the best day to dig up lots of fossils, and these little odd things called gyroids. Gyroids are mysterious little figures that can make musical noises. When you have a large group of them together like this, it can either make a joyful noise or a cacophonous concerto. These orchestral oddities make interesting decorations for your home, or they can be sold to the raccoon for 828 bells, a good shortcut to some quick income. If you really want to cheat your way to lots of in-game funds, set the controls of your time machine for the first of the year. On New Year's Day, your mom sends you a letter with a gift of 10,000 bells. This exploit can be repeated to help boost your bells quickly. Why do all this time warping, you may ask? Well, what does your house look like? Getting sort of cramped in there with all the goodies you've been picking up in the game? Well, when you pay off your loan to Tom Nook, he gives you the opportunity to remodel. It only takes a day to do, and once he offers to remodel your house, save the game, and move the date forward to the next day to see your newly expanded abode. There is, of course, a big downside to messing with the laws of physics. No, a black hole to another dimension won't form near the town dump. But that would be pretty cool. Your town will become infested with weeds. If you want your town score to get good again, you'll have to go around pulling all the weeds. None of the animals in town will help you, so it's up to you. The other downside is your house will be invaded by cockroaches. These are easier to dispatch, though. Step on the nasty creatures to send them to the great bug beyond. The other exploit you could try is hitting reset without saving. This comes in handy when you don't win Tom Nook's end of the month raffle. Hit the reset button without saving, and you will start your day over. The downside here is you'll be chastised by Mr. Resetti, the mole. This takes a little bit of time to go through, and each time you reset, he gets a little more annoyed with you. There are limitless ways to play Animal Crossing. If you think you found a cool way to play the game, or if you found an Easter egg or exploit, send us an email to cheat@g4tv.com to tell us about it.
If you want a recap of the cheats from today's show, or you just want a shoulder to cry on, check us out at g4tv.com/cheat. Well, that's it for today's show. Thanks to our friends here at Dave & Buster's for letting us hang out here today. This is Corey Rowell saying, remember, if life's got you down, throw it into God mode and keep dancing. We'll see you next time on Cheat.